No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Today, I'm having a seat with my friend, 600,
What's up with it?
a.k.a. Christopher Lovejoy, and he's brought along with him his new artist coming up out the streets of L.A., YCA, 80 bands.
Hey, that's man. What up, Adam?
How's everybody doing today?
Chilling, man. I'm cool.
I can already tell. Yeah, okay. So if you're going to be leaning back, this is good, but I mean,
Okay.
up to you. Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, okay. 600, how you living?
Man, I'm cooling. Just got back from Miami. My skin probably a little red from the tan,
You are a little red, yes.
but, you know, I enjoy myself. I ain't been to Miami in like 8-9 months. I usually go about 2-3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just cooling, though, you know. Change the scenery.
I saw you connected with Shaq out there.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, man? He just walked right up to me. I'm like, I got to get a picture with you. They're going to think we know each other.
Where'd you see him?
Prime 112, South Beach, steakhouse. Nice little steakhouse.
The home of the, what was that? Freddie Gibbs, Jim Jones, The War.
Yeah?
They had a huge brawl there.
Miami get turned up.
Yeah,
I mean, they get turned up out there. That's, you know, you got to.
that's a fact. So, okay, tell me a little bit about 600, the early days. Give me the short version just for the people who don't know where you're coming from. Don't gotta be that short, but where is 600 coming from?
I was a good kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I actually really had good grades. I went to college. You know what I'm saying? I played football. I was trying to go to NFL. I went to about 3 or 4 universities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to find my spot. I was trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
And so, what was your life like before that, though? Coming up, you came up in LA.
Yeah, South Central LA, born and raised.
Okay.
Crenshaw District.
And so, were you tapped in with the streets from an early age, or what was your
Yes and
relationship
no.
to all that?
I was just around it. I wasn't really into. Like I said, I was really a good kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't really tap into that stuff until I really was getting out of high school, seeing how stuff is. I was trying to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole family was in it. You know, my parents down here no more, but they was on drugs and stuff. So I was really trying to not go into that lifestyle. I was really trying to make it out the hood. I wasn't trying to be what I'm at right now. I was really trying to be like square. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of just took over.
So what was it though? Like what made you feel like you wanted to like tap in with that, especially if you managed to avoid it through most of your teens?
Well, just reality. You know what I'm saying? Football wasn't really going right. My only friends I knew was his friends from the streets.
Why wasn't football going right? You're a specimen, right? You're a big ass
Now,
dude.
I was puny back then. I graduated high school at 17 years old. I played my first college football game at 17.
Okay.
These guys, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, fully developed. So not only I'm young, but I'm also underdeveloped. I'm like puny. I'm like 200 pounds. I'm the same height I am now, but 120 pounds skinnier. Imagine that.
Okay.
So it's like, I wasn't going to NFL, but I had the heart. I really want to do it, though.
Did you formally join a gang at some point?
Yeah, 2004, 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who'd you choose?
Well, the 60s. That's
You have
my
a bunch
neighborhood.
of recruiters?
Recruiters? I mean, that's just how I go. I mean, this is how I go. I mean, you basically be hanging around, everybody be from it. You know what I'm saying? Your friends, all your best friends be from it. And like, man, you can't be hanging around. You got to come to the hood, bro. You got to catch your officials.
Uh-huh.
That's just how it be.
Got to.
How many people were involved in this put on?
4.
How long?
It's probably like a minute each.
So 4 minutes total. You got to take them on one by one,
Yeah, back to back to back.
and you're squabbling with them. So
Yeah.
you could have theoretically won, or is it a situation where they're not going to let you win?
Uh,
You're not supposed to win,
Nah,
right?
ain't no.
well,
you can't win.
You not really, you really can't win. But
Yeah.
if you look good, you be straight. But
Okay.
If you get if it's so bad, then you know you might have to come back again.
But if I curl up into a ball,
Nah, you gotta come back.
you got to come back.
Yeah, you gotta come back.
I mean, I feel like if I got to take my beating, then I got to figure out how to survive this. I feel like curling up into a ball might be the move.
The defense position.
We've all been there where you're getting beat up by a bunch of guys and you got to just kind of turtle up at a certain
Well, it's
point,
not
right?
like a DP where you know
you hit this move, cover up the back of your head.
You're supposed to
Yeah,
get, you know.
that's gonna keep you alive.
That's a good move.
Yeah, that one right there.
It ain't like a situation where you get in trouble. Where
Okay.
you're supposed to get like DP or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay. And so then what becomes your life after that? And how long did you make it into the college football?
I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of like was smart with my situation. I wasn't like a person who was always hanging on the block, putting in work every day since I was a little kid. I always doing something different. Like I said, I'm playing football. I'm going out of town. I'm going to college. I'll come back and be in the BS, but I'm gone next day. Even when I got done with that, I was like, you know, I guess I could say, I'm not incriminating myself, but going in and out of town, making money. So even with that, I wasn't on the block every day gangbanging. I was always doing something else. Even when I got down to street life, I was boxing.
Okay.
In out of town, in the gym, doing that stuff. So I was never just sitting in the hood on the block, waiting for bullets and handcuffs.
So was there a period of time between football and boxing where you were just hanging out in the neighborhood?
No, never.
You were hustling though,
Always hustling.
doing your thing, yeah.
Yeah, always hustling. Like I said, I actually left college my junior year because I figured I wasn't gonna go to the NFL to go back and make money. And make money. I never made money in my neighborhood. It was always somewhere else, or another city, or doing something different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like I said, I was never just sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you get into the boxing stuff?
2015, I was really done with the whole street life. I lost a lot of money. I've probably forfeited $500,000 to law enforcement through different seizures and different takes from me, whatever. And I was just like, man, I'm gonna end up in jail or dead or do something real bad. I gotta do something legit. And I'm making nice sums of money, and somebody ran off with $100,000 cash. You know what I'm saying? And
That's how it always goes with the streets, right? You just keep getting your money up, and then something crazy happens, and all of a sudden you're not back, maybe not back at square one, but you're close to square one.
so then I'm like, that's it. I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I packed it up. I moved to Vegas. Moved my family to Vegas. I'm like, I'm just gonna be a boxer, man. I'm gonna just.
Okay.
I don't ruin my time. So I was trying to figure out in boxing, who do you talk to? Because boxing's not like NFL where you go to college, you go to draft. You got to just kind of figure your way out. I didn't know nobody who was boxing. I knew one person who was boxing. I said, bro, I need to be a boxer. Am I too old? I'm 32 years old. It's not too old? They're like, no, you heavyweight. So I'm like, well, shit, where the gyms at out here? You know what I'm saying? Where the boxing gyms at? I'm like, man, I want to be a Mayweather, man. They're in Vegas. I drove to Vegas. I go meet up with Roger Mayweather. Rest in peace to him.
Floyd's father.
His uncle.
Uncle.
Roger. So he was going to be my trainer. But he was kind of like, you know, not all the way there. He was kind of ill a little bit. And I was just like, you know what? I need something that's going to be really, really focused on me. Second choice, Floyd Mayweather Sr. I reach out to him. We go train. I said, bro, listen, I got a nice life for myself. I'm 32 years old. You know, am I too old to be a boxer? You know what I'm saying? Do I got it? Let's go to the gym. Let's check it out. But you ain't too old. You get heavyweights, go to their 40s and late 40s, man. I'm like, okay, cool. Work out. He said, man, you got it all, man. You ain't got no damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these dudes been boxing all their life, and they got a lot of damage through the years. I'm fresh. No damage, no brain trauma, none of that. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. So he was my trainer. And that's how I started boxing. Got me a few fights. So at my age, no amateur fights, no experience. You know, you got to go get on a show somewhere to get you a pro fight. Ain't no time to go through amateur background and all that, Olympics. So only place you can get on the show is outside America is Mexico. So I went to Mexico 12 times straight. And I'm 12-0, 12 knockouts.
How much are you getting paid fighting in Mexico?
I'm not getting paid. I'm actually paying out of pocket.
Just to be able to get your record up?
Right.
Okay.
Paying out of pocket. I'm paying like anywhere from, when I first started, my first fight probably paid $600 plus expenses, which came out to about $1,000, $1,200.
Were you fighting dudes that had no chance against you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That just seems like when I'm hearing like you're paying in order to make the record look good, isn't this, there's a stereotype about this, like where you're basically like a tin can hunter. Is that the terminology?
Tomato can, taxi cab driver. They got all these names for them.
Tomato, tin.
But you know, the fact is, though, these guys really come to fight. They're just hand-selected by me and my people to make sure I have the ultimate advantage.
Okay.
Because I'm paying out of pocket.
Right.
So I have to win. I can't pay out of pocket against someone with an 0-20 record and have a challenge and lose.
So these are guys who are happy to take the money and their record.
Money, their record's already shot. Got in the ring with me. They go do what they got to do. So I did that to for like 2 years straight. I got to like 12, 13, and 0. But the promoters ain't really messing with me. The big dogs ain't really messing with me. They ain't really. I'm like, man, these dudes ain't really playing with me. So I keep like 13 and 0. Don King fly to L.A. He called my big homie. Shout out Big Shiny Wack. Hey, man, DK out here, man. They're in Beverly Hills, the hotel, man. He want to sign you. I'm like, what up? Come on. What we talking about? You know, he tried to offer me $1,000 a sign. I said, bro, let me holler at you outside, man. I ain't about to do no $1,000 on me. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up getting him for 10. I gave Mac his little cut, you feel me? And we locked in, you know what I'm saying, with the 10, with the 8. I was already had some money. I went to go buy me a Benz. Made it seem like it was from him. You know, we clowning. I'm with Don King. I'm 13 knockouts, woo. He don't give me no fights. He promised me all these fights. He don't give me no fights. So this is like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 2 years in the game already. I'm like, this dude ain't give me no fights. I go back to Mexico. I said, this dude playing, bro. I go back to Mexico. I get like 7 more fights. Now I'm 19-0, 19 knockouts. Now by this time, I done made a lot of noise in the boxing. Kind of how you know me now, just making noise. I did this in the boxing jam.
Talking shit, going viral.
Going to people's gym, call them out. What's up? You a buster? I'll beat you up. I'm 19-0, 19 knockouts. You ain't nobody. Where you from? Man, what's up? What's happening, bro? Pushing them and all that. They're like, oh, he making noise. Who's this dude from LA? Right? I'm all over the country. I'm in Jamaica, Mexico, Germany, London, Canada. I'm all over. I'm just flying around because I still got some money from the streets. I'm just having fun. And I'm ranked in the world now. I'm number 8 in the world, WBA.
How they rank you though? Like at what
Through Don
point?
King, you know, when I'm with him and I'm buzzing, because they want to call your bluff, you know. So it's all them sanctioning bodies make money off of you fighting for their belts.
Damn.
So if they rank me, I got to fight somebody for their belt or ranking in position. It's just by positioning. So, mind you, I ain't even talked to Don King. He ain't gave me no fights, whatever. I'm calling people out how I usually do. I'm in Miami. This 2020. He still ain't gave me a fight. How many years is that by now? You know what I'm saying? 3 years, right? A dude got a fight I called out before, never responded, from big promoter Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing in London. They got a fight coming up next week on Halloween weekend. It's like October 20th or something. I'm in Miami chilling, doing my street stuff, right? And I called him out. I'm like, what up, man? I'm 19-0, 19 knockout. What's up? What's happening? You need a fighter? What's happening? I fly out there right now. And wherever I go, I bring my passport, my gym, my belts, my mouthpiece, because no matter, that's how boxing is. When you independent like that, they can call you whatever. Anyway, they give me the fight. I'm like, oh, what's on? 50 bands? Come on, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, listen, it's up. Listen, I'm talking about, listen, I'm talking, when I say it's up, it's up. Mind you, I never had no real promotion. I never had no real followers. When they start posting me in London, I'm talking stuff, how I've been talking for the last couple of years. The people in UK going back and forth with me, they loving it. Oh, it's a big fight. I called Don Cass, said, hey, listen, I got the fight, bro. No, he called me. I said, yeah, bro, it's 50 bands. I give you an issue. He like, yeah, they ain't enough money. They trying to work out your ranking. I'm like, he like, yeah, when you just go out there, let me talk to the promoter. I said, nah, man, I don't want you messing that up, bro, because rewind time. A few fights then got canceled because these dudes got scared and pulled out. I said, I don't need you messing this up, bro. I got this. I got you. I slide out there. I'm in London. It's like 20 people at my hotel with Lovejoy T-shirts I never met. I'm like, oh, it's cracking. I'm knocking this fool out. My mentals are so up. I'm like, I'm knocking this fool out. This is my debut real fight. Mind you, I've been fighting all little metal cans. I'm knocking this fool out. I'm ready. Man, like 3 days of promotion there for the fight. Don King sent a cease and desist letter to Eddie Hearn in London. It's like 3 in the morning. Eddie Hearn DM
saying, that's my client. Y'all are not allowed to do business without me being involved.
Bro, he hit me with that. I'm like, oh, man. I said, bro, don't worry about it. I'm going to go home and and I'm mad now. I said, I'm going to go take care of it. Don't worry about it. He probably tripping over some couple hours. He said, no. What room you in? We'll figure it out. You made a lot of noise here. You know what I'm saying? These people really want to see you fight. A lot of people know who you are. I'm like, do what y'all got to do. So now I'm kind of stressed out. Like, man, is this fight going to happen? He's like, we're going to do a conference call one tomorrow. We're going to figure it out. We're going to offer him this. We're going to offer him this. Make sure he got this just to get you to fight. You already here. Is you approved for the fight? Let's do it. Man, they didn't come to agreement. So now I'm out there. I got to fly back with no money, embarrassed, and it's all over the news. Don King stopped the fighter from fighting on the big old show. It was Alexander Usyk versus Chisora, big old car at the O2 Arena. I'm furious. I slide back. I'm on this dude bumper. I called him. I said, hey, listen, where you at? Meet me in Miami, bro. It's on. They like, nah, let's just do it the legit way. We'll do it. I'm like, oh, man, I'm about to get on this dude. I don't care about no boxing. Boxing's over with.
So you want to f him up, even though he's like 80 years old,
Yeah,
right?
I'm on him.
He said even though he's 80.
There's got to be people around him. He's not 80? What, he like
I don't know
60?
how he got to be about 70 though, for sure. Because
yeah,
Mike
he
like 50,
80,
right?
Man. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So, you know, I'm going through the BS. I got to go file bankruptcy. That's the only way I got the contract. I still got like another year in my contract. And he stops my bankruptcy. So I don't have bankruptcy on my record.
92.
Yeah.
Dear
so he was 88 when this happened.
Okay.
Damn.
No, he was
old as fuck.
old.
89 when this happened.
Okay.
So anyway, he stopped my bankruptcy. So you know me, I put it on thick. My homie got a Rolls Royce Phantom. We got big wads of money. We traveling. He's sending the bankruptcy people pictures of me and the Phantom. He's lying. You know, he got money. He just don't want to oblige to his contract. So he got lawyers to do all this shit. I'm not paying my lawyer no more money. I said, bro, I'm not paying you no more money to file a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy means I'm broke. That don't make no sense. I'm not doing that. So he won. I said, cool. We're going to let this motherfucker expire. A whole another year got to go by.
On me.
He still ain't trying to get me out. This when me and Wack link up. Somehow Wack knew the dude who be with Don King every day.
Wack had a Don King sex tape.
Shout out Wack100. He might have, he got something on him. Listen, that nigga pressed the fuck out them.
You said Wack pressed Don King and his team?
Wack pressed whoever with Don King and said, let him out that contract, give me a release immediately.
Really? And that worked?
That was the only way I got a contract. Because this contract is so tricky, it like extends itself. It's some whole bunch of weird shit. If I wasn't tripping, I didn't know the boxing business. I want that money. I'm 13-0, 14-0. No other promoters messing with me. I'm like, man, let's get it. I don't give a that contract. Say, let's go. Worst decision of my life.
Getting out of the contract or signing it?
So I finally got out of it.
Okay.
So I finally got out of the contract. 2021, I got my first real payday. $250,000, all to me. No promoter, no manager, no nothing. I fought in Germany. It was a big fight. It was cool. That was my first payday.
Getting Wack100 to get you out of the contract, though, does Wack100 now like own your soul? And you're like,
well, that's my brother for life.
Okay.
You know how Wack.
But do you
works.
have to say that because you got you out of the contract?
No,
I'm just not sure. What do you owe him for doing that?
I'm gonna be real with you. That's just how you operate. You don't owe me nothing, nigga. Just answer the phone when I call.
Okay.
That's how it is right there. If I
so then if he calls you and tells you, I need you to go fucking shoot this guy in the head.
He ain't gonna call me to that.
Oh, okay.
He ain't come to that.
Wack asked me to do stuff like that once in a while. Yeah?
He's probably testing.
You're like, Adam, I need you to go catch a body in Pacoima for me. Thank you. Hangs
Well,
up.
he probably tested.
Just kidding. That's never happened.
But no, that's how we really got tight in our relationship. I've been in Wack though for like 10 years before that though.
Okay.
So I finally got to recoup the money I've been putting in all these fights, promoting, training. You know what I'm saying? All these Mexico fights. I finally got some money back. So now I'm like, okay, cool. I need like another hit. You know what I'm saying? So I got a few more fights, and I might be fighting for another check real soon.
Okay. So you're still active in this boxing.
I'm still active. Yeah, I'm 21-1. What do you mean 20 knockouts?
But when was your last fight?
March last year.
How old are you right now?
40. Just turned 40.
You feel like you're in your prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, you 40?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, yeah, you're a heavyweight boxer. You could fight well into your 40s.
Yeah.
How do you feel like do you feel like the sky's the limit, or is like where's the ceiling for your potential?
For me, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna give it a run. When I leave this interview, I'm gonna fly to Miami. I'm gonna go back out there and stay for 30, 60 days, trying to get in the best shape of my boxing career, and give it a run, give it a championship run. I'm 21-1. I got the record.
The heavyweights are crazy. I just got done watching this reality show about Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And that is a gigantic man right there. That's a heavyweight. He's a monster. I know he's been super dominant, but I mean the heavyweight ranks are terrifying, right? Because you just have all the biggest dudes on earth. There's nothing bigger than that. If you want to fight in this shit, you got to get down to a certain weight, right? What is it, 260?
No, anything over 200 is a heavyweight.
But you could be 300 pounds?
On me, you could.
I'm 330.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to get down. In the UFC, I think you have to get to 260.
Okay, they probably got something
like that. Okay.
They probably got a limit, but it's no limit. Heavyweight's no limit.
Jesus Christ.
But I sparred Tyson Fury. Shout out Tyson Fury. He really, really gave me my first in there with a real championship level sparring.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you feel like that was? Did you see like how great one of the best fighters in the world is in that moment? It kind of like opened your eyes a little bit of like, oh, this is how badass these guys are.
It was both. It was like, this is how bad they are, and it was, oh, I could do this.
I can hang.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know how much time we got, but basically the story how we ended up sparring. My guy Frank Stay, top ranked boxing in Vegas. He called me and said, "Hey man, Tyson Fury's out here. He's in camp. He needs some heavyweights. We pay you $5 a day." I said, "Absolutely. I'm out here trying to get out of the street life. You know what I'm saying? Doing Uber Eats and Amazon." So I said, "I ain't been training, but I got to go out there and get this work with Tyson Fury." So he said, "Come whatever day it was, Wednesday, right?" Okay. So Tuesday, mind you, I'm training the Mayweather gym. Tyson's already out there. So he goes over to the Mayweather gym. That's where everyone's at. Where your heavyweights at, man? I want to spar some heavyweights. None of us are there. So my guys called me from the gym. They said, "Hey, man, where you at, man? We got some work for you." I said, "Man, I'll be out there tomorrow, bro. I'm going to go spar Tyson Fury." They're like, "Who?" I said, "Tyson Fury." He's standing right next to him. "Man, he right here, man." I said, "I'll be out there tomorrow, bro." Cool. So I drive out there. I said, oh, it's on. Did you ever see the video online?
Of what?
Me and Tyson Fury? That's
No,
when I
I don't
first
think
met
so.
him. So I go to his gym. I'm like, what's up? I'm out here. You know me, I'm still talking shit how I dug out the video. I'm on live. We outside the gym. Where he at? He ain't showing up. I'm about to put tips on him. I'm just bluffing. I'm out of shape like a motherfucker, right? So I go in the gym, and he like, man, come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm like, man, him and John, where y'all playing, man? So I go to Mayweather gym. It just so happened a big old white boy, 6'9", heavyweight, is in the gym I've never seen before. I said, this is good work practice on Fury because he about 6'9". I go like 8, 9 rounds. I'm not even in shape. I said, damn, I'm in shape like a motherfucker. I'm fucking Tyson Fury up tomorrow. I'm in super shape. I ain't even working out. I go to the gym. I was gassed out next day. I did like 2 rounds. But it was like 6 heavyweights. You know, that's how I go. You do 2 with him, 2 with him, 2. Keep everyone fresh to wear down the fighter because you're in his camp and you want to wear him down to get him ready for the fight.
Got it.
But yeah, that's how we met, and he was cool. We've been cool ever since.
So now you're just kind of waiting to see what the next move might be.
Right now, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting. I ain't really pressing, calling people out. You know, I got some artists. I got this stuff going. I'm kind of chilling. You know, but I do a little workout here and there just in case they call me.
So, okay, yeah, you got on a lot of people's radars who aren't familiar with the boxing shit.
Yeah.
Because of your affiliation with Crip Mac. Was that the first artist that you managed, or who did you fuck with before that?
That was the first artist I managed.
Okay.
And he was the first person that really, really took me viral with my face. This whole internet world, being outside, people recognize me. I mean, he's just a viral creature.
This is a fact.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Free that nigga, Crip Mac.
yeah, free
for
Crip
sure.
Crip Mac.
So, yeah, that was the first one, you know, and that was when I first met you. He had an interview. I knew who he was, but I wasn't really into what he was on. I was trying to get out that life. And when I heard he had that fight with Blueface, that's when I reached out to people like, hey, man, you know, call Crip Mac. I need to talk to him. If anyone going to train him, he never boxed before. He's a heavyweight. He need to train with me. I'll train myself. I know what he needs to do. I could train with him. I could be in the ring with him. I could teach him right. I need to be with him.
But then why did that fight get fucked up from your perspective?
He went to jail.
Oh, that was because of the jail thing?
Yeah.
Because
The
Wack,
first time.
Right. Wack has his version of it in which they were going to fight, and then the business got fucked up. I forget exactly what he said, but somebody was trying to...
Well, that was before I really got involved.
Oh, okay.
But he still went to jail anyway. So that's how I got involved. So he actually signed a contract with somebody I know. You know, the one
The big man off
he always
that
told
they're
me.
always talking about, this
He's always-
phantom in the sky guy
Right,
who
he's-
owns his whole career.
a mystery guy in the clouds. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they called me like, hey, man, we signed Crip Mac. You know, want you to manage him. You know what I'm saying? Move around with him and, you know, try it out. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. I ain't got nothing else to do. Boxing slow. That's how we met, and we was cool.
And how, from the beginning, were you experiencing the the ups and downs of Crip Mac's personality? Because
Absolutely.
notoriously, everybody who's tried to manage him has basically gone through hell one way or another in like various degrees. I'm kind of glad that I never really tried to be like the guy managing him, because I feel like that probably would have had a very bad impact on our relationship long term. I always figured it was better for us to just do individual pieces of content.
Had a lot of ups and downs. You know, he'll snap on me. I'm calling Lupe like, hey, man, what's up with Crip Mac? What are you talking about? I'm calling his homies, you know, hey, bro, what are you talking about? Like, man, you ain't used to it. That's how he be. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got used to it. So that's why even when he disses me now, I don't respond to it. I don't take it serious.
Because it's kind of crazy because, like, a lot of the people who've kind of managed him, I feel like maybe it went a certain way because he wasn't really, like, scared of them or intimidated by them or whatever. And I felt like with you, maybe it would have, like, a different flavor just because you're this big-ass dude who's really from the streets, I guess, and you know, realistically could probably beat his ass if it came down to it.
Well, he needs that. I mean, and this is what I said, you know, with the people that he's been dealing with over the last few years. He needs that big brother, father mentality to tell him what we're going to do and what we're not going to do.
Right.
You know, when I was with him, I made sure that there's no guns, we're not getting no trouble, and certain things we're just not going to do.
Uh-huh.
You know, in other situations, he's been in situations where he does what he want to do.
Right.
And that's, you know, where he's at right now, basically, when he knew what he wanted to do.
Right.
When he was with me, we wasn't getting those problems. You're not bringing no guns, we're not doing none of that stuff.
But, I mean, Crip Mac without a gun is...
Well, I got a gun.
Okay.
I got a registered firearm.
Really? Damn, you got a big-ass brick of money right there, too, huh?
Yeah, so that's if a certain question come up.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to tell you the question, but if it come up, then
We'll wait for that reveal.
we'll yeah, wait for it.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, you know, he needs that, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we got along good until he went to jail the second time.
The most recent time over, not
Not
right
this
now,
one,
but like
the last
like
one,
9
when
months
he-
ago
when
or
he did
whatever.
that time.
Right.
And it's like everyone was in his ear. Leave 600 alone. And, not to put too much business out there, we signed Crip Mac where he was signed to a nice deal and he got nice percentages. And with the money he got all of his percentage, all of CME's percentage, and probably double that in advances. And never paid none of it back.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very lenient with him, very, very cool with him. Just looking at the big picture.
Oh, man.
So these guys, my point I'm making is that they would say that he's taking your money. You got more money than you made, and you never paid us back. So how are we taking your money?
Mm.
What do you mean? So, but I don't know what the hate was. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't want me to be with him. So when he got out, we was kind of like not really talking. But then, he knows me, and I'm a good person. I really want to see him win. I really want to see him safe. And, so we get our few videos here and there. We work out. We have some boxing stuff going on. Possibly going to fight Bosco. Was at the gym. Good connections, you know what I'm saying? Had a few meals, you know what I'm saying? And then when he caught this case, it was kind of a wrap.
Really?
Now he don't even call me. He ain't called me since he's been in jail. I haven't talked to him.
Interesting. And, I mean, his most prominent manager, at least during this most recent time that he was out, was China Mac.
Right.
Did you have issues with him early on, or when did that kind of start to become a thing?
I had no issues with China Mac before. We was actually cool. He had my number. I was kind of, I'm going to be real with you, and I don't really care what people say. I was just kind of using him for content, Personally, I have nothing against China Mac. But I will say that, in the content, I don't lie. But, he should have been, more stricter on Crip Mac, you know what I'm saying? And whoever was around him. And I don't think no one was really around him as much as China Mac, so I had to put the blame on China Mac. You're responsible. He shouldn't be catching no cases. You should be more of a figure. Hey, man, listen, let's not go over there, forget all that stuff. Let's not carry no guns. Let's not do nothing. Let's focus on the money. We got this going. I'm trying to get you this. Fuck all that. Maybe he wasn't, had that with him, that, to make him do that. I was like that. I'm like, bro, can we curse?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, listen, bro, fuck these niggas, bro. Let's go get this money. Fuck them niggas over there. Fuck the hood. Nigga, you famous. I'm famous because of you. I need you out here. We trying to get some millions. But he just let a hood. He let a hood shit. So, I had to put the blame on China Mac. So, if China Mac is watching, this is nothing personal against China Mac. We had never had no personal beefs. And he seen what I was doing because in his response, he said, these guys are, what'd he say, suckers. He don't want to say my name because he knows if he say my name, it helps me out because I don't give a fuck about this shit. We just talking some internet shit. So, yeah, it's nothing personal towards him. I really don't know him like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because did you see the Channel 5 put out a documentary about Crip Mac yesterday?
I haven't watched it. It was so long. I usually watch them long ones when I'm by myself, not busy.
Right.
I'm going to watch it, though.
So in the documentary, you see a little bit of a change of heart where China Mac said, and this was probably filmed like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before he stopped being Crip Mac's manager from behind bars. And China Mac says, if Crip Mac actually gets a 15-year sentence, I will leave this country. He says, if he gets 15 years, I am out of here. I am exiting America. Fast forward 2 weeks, Crip Mac has one of his moments that realistically he's pretty much had on anyone who's ever managed him. Seen him do it to Lupe, trip out on Lupe, seen him trip out on you, probably even tripped out on China Mac previous to all this. There's just been like various times where anyone who manages him, there's going to be a time period, and you kind of even see this with like his mom and his grandma, that they've just accepted it, that he's schizophrenic, he goes through shit. If you're going to fuck with him, there's going to be time periods where he does some fuck shit that you don't really like, but you're just going to have to rock with it and then assume that he's going to come back to reality soon after. And it was just kind of wild to me that China Mac, knowing that, changed up on him that quick and decided that this was just too untenable of a situation, especially when you consider that the thing that he did with China Mac. Now, granted, it was kind of weird saying the Southsiders came to my cell and told me that you're not allowed in L.A. Kind of weird. I don't know where the fuck that came from, honestly. It doesn't really seem that likely that that's a conversation that was actually really happening in jail. I don't really know. But doesn't really seem like, especially because Crip Mac was apologizing like immediately after. Within 2 days, he was saying, I'm sorry, China Mac. I was fucked up for saying that, yada, yada. I don't really know where it came from, but it just seems kind of hilarious to me that this supposedly incredibly strong bond that would have caused China Mac to actually leave America was not enough to keep him.
Well, maybe he was
around.
just saying like a bet. Maybe he was saying like he's not getting that much time. If he get that much time, I'll go. It's like somebody saying, man, if you get that much time, man, I'll give you all my money.
Right.
It could have been something like
Well,
that.
people always say, you know, if Donald Trump wins, I'm moving to Canada.
That's what I'm saying.
Motherfuckers never moved to Canada.
right,
Everybody
right.
said they were going to move to Canada. Nobody moved.
Right. So he never apologized to me. And I never really expect apology. I usually just expect him to just come back and we just act like nothing happened. That's just how he roll.
Right.
So I don't like he done dissed me. He done told me I look like Madea. I need to go put a dress on. You know, disrespectful stuff.
Damn.
I mean, he put this on the stand.
So if you saw China Mac, what would it be like?
What's up, man? What's happening? Let's see what he on.
But if he says it's all good, then you're not going to push the issue?
No. Listen, man. 90% of the stuff I do online is for entertainment, man. If I seen it right now, I'm like, what's up, bro? You see that video? Now I'm going to match his energy. Now, if he start laughing, like, man, why you do it? I'm going to say, man, you know I did it. If he say, no, I'm like, well, shit, fuck you too then. I don't give a fuck. I'm just match his energy. But I'm going to come humble.
You can tell Crip Mac, hey, I got a license. I can carry the gun, so you don't got to worry about it.
I've done that before.
China Mac is a felon.
Yeah.
Not able to carry a gun, I guess.
Another state.
Legally, especially in another state. Yeah. So, I mean, Crip Mac is a guy, especially having whoop-de-whoop killer on his goddamn forehead, where everybody around him is always kind of aware of the fact that this could become a thing. Even when we have him here and he's out in front of the store, it's kind of in and out. Like, he was only here one time, but it was very much like, you know, he took a picture out in front of the store real quick, but he's not really trying to be out in the open ever, because realistically there's people who got issues with it.
So, but what I was saying about that was, I use that in my content. I wasn't telling China Mac to carry a firearm. I was saying, man, y'all getting money, y'all need to pay security. Y'all can pay me.
Just make it happen.
People will charge low just to get content, just to be notoriety with him. You know what I'm saying? Just for the fame. You know, so he gets my $100, couple of $100, wrote you. That's cash money for an armed guard. They'll do it all the time. And a lot of these guys aren't really working in the economy we in. So it's y'all making money, spend a couple dollars, be safe. Motherfuckers will think twice if you got somebody with a legit firearm right here, rather than you got something hidden in your pocket. They know it's going to be a shootout when you come. It's just about the presence, man.
The whole thing with Crip Mac, though, is that he would get booked to do something for $500, and it's like, knowing Crip Mac, that $500 is probably gone by tomorrow morning, right?
Right.
So if you're gonna have to have a security guard who, I don't know, like, what's the cheapest security guard that's gonna rock with you for a day? Maybe it's like $100 or some
Well, if
shit.
you
I
get
don't really know any dudes who run around for $100. But
if you get somebody, a lot of you guys aren't working. If you get somebody that's gonna just work with you, hey man, roll with me.
yeah.
I ain't making a lot of money. I'm gonna slide you 100.
But those same guys are at some point gonna get frustrated the way that you or China Mac got frustrated, because they're gonna be dealing with the ups and downs, right?
No, he usually take care of his business part. When he thinks it's not business and he think he can play in this certain little games, then he'll do that. As far as business, like, I'm sure he'll pay for his restaurant. I'm sure he'll pay for the security. I'm sure he'll pay for the taxi or whatever. I'm sure he's gonna take care of his business, because he really don't want his name messed up. Like, he don't even like when people say they sent money and he say, these people saying you scamming them. I said, bro, who got scammed? They didn't send me no money. So he's pretty much good on his word as far as that. You know, he'll break himself to make sure that the people are taken care of. But he don't want that on his name.
Right.
So I don't think that'd be a problem. Like I say, people work with you though, man. But that's what I'm saying. With me, I was in work with him. You know what I'm saying? We'd work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we got an interview. I'm saying, man, with your $500, okay, cool. Listen, we gotta hire an armed guard, get a rental car. You make $800, we're gonna pull up, send $400 right now. Extra couple $100 to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta be business savvy. They're not really business savvy. They're trying to get this, and nah, we need every dollar. If you got extra 50, all that shit adds up during the day. If you do a feature, $100, okay, $150. If you get $3 or $4 $50 every day, that's an extra couple $100. You know what I'm saying? All that shit adds up.
Right.
That's how he was able to get so much money from us. He got all the money he made, our percentage, and more money. Go, just here, unlimited.
So you object to, at one point he was saying that you scammed him for $2,000 to get his Instagram back.
No, not me.
Saying you scammed the fans.
Well, never scam no fans.
That's cap.
Absolute cap. I don't believe he said I scammed the fans.
Okay.
What he did, he was trying to get that Crip Mac page from the people in the sky.
Who you work on behalf of. The people who have signed this management contract that we can never really get to the bottom of exactly what this is all
The
about.
people in the sky, right? And
it's just a guy who doesn't really want to be identified or linked to this, I guess.
And so basically, mind you, he owes so much money. the message that I got him received was like, bro, how is he gonna give us some money for something we owes us money?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'm out of it, bro. And I talked to him about that. I said, bro, listen, you know what? Since y'all use me as a middleman, I said, Crip Mac, I'm gonna make sure you get that money back. So we was actually on good terms before he went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually knew he was in jail. And I posted saying he went to jail. He was on bail. He called me and said, take that down, bro. Take that down. You gonna get me in jail. I said, bro, number one, if you're in jail, if you get violated, it won't be because of me. They're gonna know. But I'm gonna take it down, respect for you. So I took it down. So I said, we was in contact up until he had to turn himself in.
Mm-hmm.
But he just ain't called me. They in his ear, it's over with.
Do you think China Mac's really banned from LA?
Nah, I don't really think nobody could ban nobody in 2024.
Mm.
It's not the same as the 90s.
LA is too broad.
Yeah.
People could be banned from certain areas.
Yeah, certain areas, you know.
Maybe doing certain things, doing certain types of business.
But don't get me wrong, though. You might have people who try to make an example from certain situations out of certain people. But, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Who's saying he's banned? Do they have the resources? What's the reason? Is it worth using all these resources to prove a point to ban someone?
Right.
Who's actually saying he's banned? Who said he's banned?
Was it Crip Mac saying it at a certain point?
Crip Mac said that?
Was it him saying that he was banned? Yeah, I mean, I forget who exactly was saying it.
I don't know.
You know what's banned is when you see something like that Quando Rondo shit. You know? That's a dude who, they wanted their guy.
When his guy got shot?
And he was in a touristy-ass area, not too far from here. They fucking ran up assassin style and they took his homie out.
Well, I heard they was just trying to get their man. I didn't think it was like on him. It wasn't on Quando, was it?
I mean, still to this day, I'm kind of confused because his man was talking hella shit about the situation with Vaughn and everything, but it's like Quando did plenty of disrespectful ass shit.
Did somebody get arrested for it?
For that murder?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
We're still waiting on that. But I'm just saying, like, that's an example of if they really don't want you here, then, I mean, clearly people are capable of making shit happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
God.
Certain situations, you know, people will try to make an example out of certain things, but like I said, it just depends on who you're dealing with. They got to have the resources. You know, you can't be for a Joe Blow from this neighborhood saying you can't come out here when, bro, you got your own stuff going on in your neighborhood. You can't stop these people. You know, you can pull up with, 5 armed guards and pull up wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on who's initiating that shot.
Right. So, okay. At this point, have you just kind of given up on the Crip Mac thing? You're just leaving it alone, or if it's requested by the man upstairs, not God, but this other guy who has him under contract, would you still get involved and deal with certain things on their behalf?
On their behalf, I mean, they got business things to do what they got to do. They got cease and desist letters. They got stuff they can do. You know? I mean, if they need me to actually go file it like I served you that one day.
That was funny.
You know, that's it. But
people hit me up all the time thinking that. I'm like, listen, I don't know if there are papers that might someday be served to me, but that was a skit.
It was a skit. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fun skit.
That was funny.
But, yeah, like I say, Crip Mac cool with me. When I say, he don't deal with me in jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to say he ain't called me, but, you know, maybe when he get out, I don't know how the sentencing go. Do you do halftime? Do you do 80% of the time? Whatever. If he get out, you know, I'm here for him, man. He's still my bro. You know what I'm saying? We got some good memories, man. We got some good times together. You know, so we made money together. We had fun. So, you know, we'll see how it go. I ain't got no idea.
So how'd you get introduced to X4?
X4. So, backstory on X4. I know about X4 before I went to the pen the first time. He made a song dissing the homies, dissed everybody. I'm like, this dude dissing everybody, man. We'll do right. But, he was pretty talented. Whatever, okay? He go to jail, whatever he's doing. So, Wack give me a position at Cash Money West. Yeah, man, you gotta get some artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, do the management and we do this part. So I'm thinking, okay, I can get the management, get this part of the money, and on the back end with the company. So I'm getting my management thing going. So I'm like, man, who out here in LA we gonna get, man? I called a homie from 40s, Lil P. I said, hey, bro, where X4 at? He out. I said, he out? I said, bro, we gotta sign him. Let's get it. Get him on the phone.
You weren't worried about all the dissing and shit? You figured we could get him past that?
I mean, you know.
Or that's just kind of part of being a rapper, right?
I mean, no. When you beefing and stuff like that, that's just ain't nothing personal. It's just business, bro. You know what I'm saying? He can't be too much of a homie disser. When I pulled up on game opportunity, he wasn't dissing me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the path. That's just business. That's just how it be. So anyway,
but D-Jack said that he didn't want to sign him because basically, like, he didn't want to he felt like with his name being so big and potentially corporate that he didn't really want to be signing somebody who's dissing a lot of
You got to
neighborhoods
the next
and shit.
question. You asked me how I meet him.
Okay. there you
So,
go.
I had them get him on the phone. I said, hey, listen, bro, I want to sign you. I got the Cash Money West situation. I might have a situation at Warner. And then possibly got something at Universal. Either way I go, if I sign you, let's make it happen. And if I can't do that, what I get you released, bro? Let's just press play. He like, sure, let's just do it. Fuck it. I ain't got nothing to lose. I believe. He did his research, called around, met my name. Like, yeah, let's do it, bro. Fuck it. Signed that line. Let's go. We push. And we rocking. So I'm trying to figure stuff out for him. You know, talk to him about Wack, tell him what I got going, whoop. He actually didn't know Desean Jackson, but they know each other on Instagram. So,
What do you mean talk to him about Wack? Because I thought Wack got involved later.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He was a part of me. He knew all this stuff before we even met Wack, before he even met D-Jack. Because I signed them to become the Cash Money West. So I'm already telling him, listen, I got the hottest nigga in L.A. right now. Whoop. Yeah, we need to check him out. He's like, all right, what was it?
So you went to Wack right away when you wanted to
Same
sign
day.
him, like, okay, I'm going to try to make this happen through Cash Money. All
Right. Fuck anything else. We're going to try and make this. This is the situation I got. So, you know, Wack posted me. Immediately people start hating, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying?
Hating on Wack or hating on him?
Both. Hating
because
on me,
he's
hating on
tripping
Wack.
on everybody.
You got the neighborhoods who don't like Wack for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. So it's just however it goes, it's all controversy. So I don't give a fuck shit. Get him out there. Let's get it. Anyway, so I arranged a meeting. Me, D-Jack, X4, Lil Pee Wee. This is when we all meet up. This their first time meeting.
Shout out Pee Wee.
Yeah, shout out to Pee Wee. So that was a meeting that we was gonna put everything together. You know what I'm saying? These resources, what my job gonna be, what your job gonna be, what we gonna do, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Wack just pulled up out of respect for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm whatever y'all want me to do, bro. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? They called Birdman on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Talked to Stunner that night. It was a really good night. They recorded some songs. Like, it's up. So, you know what I'm saying? That was a chance for him to, you know, vibe with D-Jack. You know, shout out D-Jack. That's my bro for almost 20 years now. And they was able to vibe, you know what I'm saying, and talk about what they talk about, potentially signing. And like you said, he said he didn't sign up for whatever reason. Whatever. So that's how I met him, and we just been rocking ever since.
Mm-hmm.
You're free X4 right now.
Free him. Why did he get locked up this time? Was it another gun charge or?
Yeah, a little case. Yeah, a little case.
Okay. What's it like? What's your involvement on a day-to-day basis working with him though?
We really ain't got nothing going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He went another way.
No, we're good.
Okay.
No, we locked in. I'm saying, like, he's in jail. I mean, what can we have going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's in jail. I mean, whatever business he do, he got his family take care of his business. He calls me. You know what I'm saying? He actually gave me a shout out the other day. We had a nice conversation. He said, man, I really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, yeah, hold on. Let me get my phone out, man. We'll do. The people need to hear this. 'Cause a lot of people saying that you ain't signed to me and you don't really mess with me. So we seen that thing like a week ago. You're like, man, shout out 600, man. You know the truth. We're going to be home soon. So, like, that's cool.
So, okay, there was a moment where there was a video filmed with you and Big U, and it kind of felt like he was sort of getting you to say on camera that you were fucking with him and not Wack. That's kind of how we took it, or that he felt some kind of way about you having this sort of relationship with Wack, and he wanted to make a statement. Can you explain how that video came together and what exactly was going on there?
So that video was kind of about Wack,
Okay.
but that wasn't about Wack. We weren't talking about Wack. What happened was, it was people on the phone, 5, 6 people on the phone calling me about something that possibly had to do with Wack, whatever, right? But these dudes was like popping it, talking stuff like they tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, bro, fuck all this. Where y'all at? Hey, we're on the block. We'll do. I said, I'm on my way. I pull up. I'm just expecting all these dudes on the phone to pull up. Big, you the only one pull up. So I get over there. I'm like, what up?
And was this the day that you were in the parking lot on live where the guys were talking about Brick Baby in the background?
No, this was.
Oh, that was a different
8 months
situation.
before
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So when I get there, he like, come on. I'm like, come on, what? I'm not about to fight you. What's up? I said, bro, what them niggas that who was on his phone? That's what I pulled up for. He thinking I'm pulling up for him to fight him. I'm not about to fight you, bro. What them niggas on his phone who was popping and talking tough? That's why I said, where y'all at? They ain't show up. So we getting to talking about what we talking about how this whole conversation happened. Then he pulled the phone out. Look at this nigga right here. Yeah. But me being a little homie, you know what I'm saying, being humble, I'm letting him know, whoever was popping it, I'm going to take all the fades. Anybody got something to say? I'm on y'all. We can get down right now. So I'm talking about the people who didn't pull up, who was on that phone. Now, for some reason, the clickbait said I was talking about Wack.
Right.
Why would I tell Wack to pull up?
The internet reposters, the repurposers of content, they will always go with whatever fucking narrative they want.
But it was a bunch of busters on the phone was talking so tough. That's why I put up order so fast, bro. Like, in my hood with me, you mention my name, I'm pulling up. That's just how I get down. You can't play with me. So that's how that happened.
So at what point does shit start to go left with you and Big U?
Oh, man. So, it's a lot of situations I'm not going to speak on, but he's been, like, throwing me in situations I ain't had nothing to do with for no reason. And I've been having to come back like that day, clear my name up, and show who I am and what I'm really about. So, been doing this for years. So, when I get back from Dubai, my gun license come. This is like in March this year. So I got my gun license. Now, I'm not saying we've been toting pistols all our life, taking penitentiary chances. Now I got the gun license. So he's lying on me, telling my homies he ain't got no gun license. I was with him when he went to jail. He can't get a gun license. If he got a gun license, he telling. 600 telling. That's what he's telling multiple people, multiple of my homies. So I don't know why he's doing this. I'm just like, why is he hating on me? Putting my life at danger, you know what I'm saying? So by him not having no paperwork on me, presenting paperwork, coming to the hood, by him not, doing something about it, I was like, he wanted to just play a game and talk. We could talk. Well, I could talk. So that's when I start talking. Who you talking to? Nigga, you got a contract with the LAPD. You on paperwork. So I start talking.
What's the nature of this alleged contract with the
LAPD
LAPD?
contract?
What's that about?
He has a contract with the LAPD, the GRID program. He has an LAPD issued cell phone that stipulates in the contract you have to be on call 24/7 and report to the station. It's in his contract.
Isn't that supposed to be like intended to basically alleviate gang tension or problems in various neighborhoods? Isn't that the whole idea of it?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be a positive thing, but I see how some people repurpose
whatever
this as if it's
and
telling,
it probably
right?
is a positive thing. And I've said this on record before.
Okay.
If that's what you're going to do, I really commend you for that. Because where we come from, there is no retirement as a gang member. That's honorable. You got a contract with the LAPD, you get a nice check, and you're able to stop this gang stuff that's really killing a lot of people.
Right.
I respect that. The problem he has is when he comes back to the streets and tries to politic and act like he's still in the streets, knowing that you done broke the rules, you forfeit the game already. You signed a contract with LAPD, you've been on the phone with detectives. So you don't have no say-so over here. So this is where the problem comes. Then he's lying, politicking, and saying stuff about me, just lying though. Not even saying, 600 told in 1991, here's the paperwork. You're making up lies, putting my life in danger.
I guess like the thing with having that role and having this, LAPD issued cell phone or whatever is that you could use that role in a way that is entirely about maintaining peace. But then a lot of people are also going to assume that you could very easily be telling them shit that could be used against people in criminal investigations. I'm sure that if I were to sit down and have a conversation with him about it, he's going to say, by no means am I ever going to use this relationship that I have with the city to put anybody away or whatever. But then, like, to the gang members, the people who are in the street, they're looking at it as, well, you could, and we would have no idea. So they look at it as problematic.
This thing with that, right? He got his recontract renewed over the years. Now, if it was like a lick, right, and we in the hood, hey, bro, the police trying to give us a check. Let's just make up some shit. Let's just get the check. That's honorable to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they worked the LAPD for $1 million. They got a check from them. They gave them all fake information. But when you do it and give them enough sufficient information to renew your contract every year, you're participating in what they want you to participate in. And like I said, that's honorable. It's nothing. I applaud police officers, all law enforcement, fire department. I applaud those people. Mm-hmm. But you can't play both sides. That's what the problem is.
But it almost feels like, he's been in this shit forever, damn near from its inception. Mm-hmm. And at a certain point, with him getting older, it's like you would expect or you would hope that at a certain point that he would basically change his focus from having problems with people or doing dirty work and kind of switch over to how do we make the community better. And it almost feels like if he wants to do that, if you want to be a community organizer or whatever, probably at a certain point you're going to have contact with the police. Now, there's a way that you do that everybody could agree was productive and positive, and then there's another way that you could look at it where it could be like, oh, you could use that role to basically do bad things to the people you don't get along with and help keep eyes off of the people you do fuck with.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that part. That's a whole nother topic. I didn't even talk about that.
Oh,
I was just saying just about the involvement with him, period. And like I say, it's respectable and honorable for him to do that. You know, and every gang member in L.A. would respect him for that.
Okay.
His problem he's having is when he tries to play both sides. He can't play both sides. If you walk away from the streets, hey, man, I'm trying to do this police thing to kids, you know what I'm saying, get rid of all this killing, every gang member in L.A. will respect that. No one would never say nothing to him. His problem, he's trying to play both sides.
Right.
That's what's been the problem, man.
Interesting. Okay. But so, and then how much of it is the shit with Wack, too? Because he blatantly, like, anybody who fucks with Wack, he's made this clear to me. He might not be 100% not fucking with me because I do a podcast with Wack, but certainly he ain't, he's not 100% cool with me either, because me even just sitting there even though I try to steer the conversation away from the Big U shit, I try not to bring it up or whatever, he's going to feel a certain type of way about anybody who has any kind of relationship with Wack, and you still do business with Wack as well, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's like female stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I had ops, I'm not going to get involved with you, with your business, what you got going on. If I got something personal with this man, that's between me. I'm not going to involve anyone else. And like I said, these are the problems he's having. Wack been disrespecting him for 2 years online, and he wants to involve everybody else. Go get your man.
But does Wack say things about Nipsey that you look at and you're like, fuck, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy because he'd be saying this crazy ass shit about Nipsey? For sure, even for me, sometimes it's like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe him.
Well, certain things you say, I really try to stay away from it because I know how people react.
Right.
But what he say is facts in his own opinion. You know, he said, in his opinion, Nipsey's not a musical legend.
Right.
I never heard him take away nothing from him on the streets.
But all that shit seems kind of light compared to some other stuff that he's brought up about Nipsey over the years. But one thing I will say about Wack is that he will sometimes lie under the guise of trolling. But generally speaking, when he says something and he seems like he's really serious, he is telling the truth, or at least what he believes to be the truth.
Yeah, he stand on what he stand on, man. That's how I respect him, man. You know what I'm saying? And he said once, he said twice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard him bite his tongue on that. You know what I'm saying? He really said what he said what he mean what he say. But yeah, man, like I say, he you know, all that stuff about dealing with this person, like, bro, I don't know what this ain't the 80s, bro. We're gonna get it how we gonna get it.
Okay. So do you think that the relationship with Big U is something that could get fixed at a certain point, or does it feel like that's kind of gone too far?
Well, he got to fix it. I mean, because he started it, and he's still doing it. You know, everything I've been doing, all my homies will tell you, and they tell me, I see what you're doing. It's all a response. You know, they'll tell me, hey, bro, just leave that online stuff alone. It's too much business online, and I'll fall back. I say, bro, I'm cool. You know, even with Cowboy and everybody else. But, you know, he's still at it. You know, he's still saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still calling around. Like his name is so tarnished. He tries to act tough around people who don't know him, who don't know the history, don't know the things that matters.
Why is his name tarnished? Just this contract or whatever?
Well, no, I mean, where did we start? I mean, he got multiple strikes that are real strikes. Not even strikes, like X outs. You know, I mean, you want me to just start throwing them out there?
I mean, maybe give us a little bit of information. I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah.
Okay, he told on Eddie Boy. He snitched on Eddie Boy.
Him?
No, Eddie Boy. His
Eddie
client
Boy.
me.
Oh,
Hell
okay.
no.
You're 80 band. Sorry.
Yeah, I talked to Eddie Boy, right? Eddie Boy gave me the paperwork. Eddie Boy told me he told on him. There's a recording of me and Eddie Boy talking that confirms all of this. Okay?
Told on him for what?
Told the police he should never went to work for Eddie. Also told the police, I never touched the dope. Eddie only touched the dope. So this is what Eddie's telling me before he gives me the paperwork. So all this stuff is documented, and we got Eddie saying it, right? You can't deny that. So that's like me saying, Adam told on me. Hey, y'all, Adam told on me. Here's the paperwork. And y'all like, nah, he ain't telling you, bro. I'm telling you, he told him, here's the work. I got Eddie on recording saying, man, I sent that to you want to play the clip? I sent that to them cats, man. When we first got cracked, they ignored that stuff, bro. they still ignoring it. I said that in the video. I said, man, they still ignoring it, man. I thought that, you know what I'm saying, like, dudes was, like, different. But, you know, I ain't tripping them dudes, man.
I didn't even know about that allegation. I got to look into that more. But what is it like to be – because Wack is kind of in this position a lot too, where he has opinions that seem like they're mostly true, or like, you know, he believes that he could stand on it, but then they're unpopular opinions and people don't want to hear it. Is that the position you kind of find yourself in?
Some people don't want to hear the truth, bro. That's just how it is. And like I said, we can throw another one out there, you know. You hanging with a rat is just as bad as you being a rat, okay? Cowboy, they'll tell you he told, okay? He'll tell you he took the stand. He'll give you whatever your reason. Mm-hmm. The rules are you don't do that under no circumstances. And on top of that, he's a registered sex offender, okay? So Big U invites this guy a few months ago to a celebrity basketball game in our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Cowboy, who took the stand, he was a registered sex offender. High-risk sex offender at that. Not a sex offender.
So the story he told me on the interview, because he basically said that he like went to rob a girl for her chain back in the day or something. He went to snatch a necklace off her neck, and he ended up like cutting her with his nail or something.
So you didn't see the paperwork?
So
that's
not true.
He got a lewd act on a 14-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah. So. You can look up the code that's on Megan's Law. Tell you the code that he has. It's a totally made-up story he's telling everybody. I did a whole 10-minute video on it, dissect the whole video.
Oh, shit, I got to do more homework.
Just another situation of people select the politic, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, just that alone, not including he took the stand, he told everyone he took the stand, Big U harbors this guy, you know what I'm saying? Invites him to a select basketball game in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He think he's bigger than the program. So like I say, that's just numerous things that he got going on. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know, he's voted off the island. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez, all right. But do you feel like kind of X'd out from a lot of shit because of the fact that you've chosen to be vocal about this when a lot of people seem like they ain't trying to hear it?
I'm X'd out from people who select the politicking, but those people who select the politicking don't pay my bills. You know, I don't make money in the streets no more. You know, I don't really have nothing to do with them. I'm just glad everybody showed their hand in my neighborhood. I ain't got to deal with them no more.
Really? Okay.
I was the one who was giving money. I was the one who, you know, gave people their first $20,000. I was the first people who, I brought Rolls Royces to my neighborhood and let people drive Ghosts and Phantoms in the hood who never gonna be in a Rolls Royce again. I put people on their first airplane. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing for me. You know, for me not talking to them people no more, don't do nothing for me. My life keeps going. You know.
How'd you link up with YCA 80 Bands?
Man, I seen this stuff on Instagram, man. You know what I'm saying? We messaged for a while. You know, shout out YCA 80 Bands, you know what I'm saying? He the one out of LA right now. And we've been rocking ever since, man. I did my background on him. He like me. He stand on what he stand on. Okay. And our neighborhoods get along. So, you know, that was the easy part.
What neighborhood are we talking about?
I'm from Main Street.
Okay.
Out the east side.
And how did, from your perspective, how'd you meet Christopher Lovejoy?
Shit, like, I seen that nigga, he was ringing like, basically his name was ringing bells. And I'm like, this nigga standing on business. Whoever this nigga is. I hit him up, seen him manage, like he already managed shit. He got connection with that nigga Wack. I've been trying to hook up with that nigga. Me and Wack good too, shout out Wack. But after that, we was, you know, he like, send me some shit, you feel me? Sent him some shit, you know. Then we had a couple of meetings and shit. Then he like, we really gonna press play, you feel me? If you serious, you gonna write up some paperwork, you feel me? And then gonna really press play. And soon we press play, it was really press play, no cap. Like, we just started gassing.
So how long you been serious about the music, though?
I've been doing, I'm one of the originals. I've been doing music since like 07 on me. I'm one of the ones that been slept on about 3-4 times. I done watched everybody get in the game, fall off, get in the game, fall off. I'm just waiting on my shot.
Why do you think that is? Were you just not networking right or getting your face out there?
Low key, yeah. I had all the talent. I was oblivious, thinking that the talent is really where it's at. Like, I got all the talent. I'm the most talented. But it ain't about that like that. It's kind of about having connections, you know. It's niggas that's ass that's selling records and shit. It's not because they was hard, it was because they knew somebody that knew somebody. And I was so busy working on my craft, which it paid off because now I'm the best. Niggas can't fuck with me. But other than that, that wasted a lot of my time though, bro.
That is something I've thought about a bunch in terms of the advice that I would give to a younger rapper or somebody trying to make it, because you literally have to split your time. Like, if you have 40 hours in a week that you're not working or that you're able to like put time into doing this music thing, if you got 40 hours, you might want to put 20 of them into working on the music and 20 of them into networking and getting yourself out there and shit like that. I don't know what the actual ratio is, because it might be more like you should be spending 30 hours a week working on the music and then a little bit of time getting out there and letting people see your face and stuff. But it's definitely a balance, because you know, you could have like okay music and make great relationships with a bunch of rappers who would make your music better, show you how to make music better, get you with the right producers, you know, like if you had just stayed in the crib 100% working on the music, you would have never met him.
Never.
You probably wouldn't be here right now.
Talking, like literally complaining, watching your show, talking about, man, I'm supposed to be up on there. This is crazy. But the whole time, I'm basing this shit off my talent, because I am hard. But it's like, okay, you hard, so what? Like on me, do some viral shit, be viral, meet a viral nigga, get viral, get lit. And nigga, you might get a fucking invite. When you get your invite, make sure you know how to handle that shit. You feel me? And that's what the fuck is going on right now, I think. I think this is happening, but it's happening so fast that it's like surreal. It's crazy. Like,
but from your perspective, how do you market and promote a street rapper? Like, what do you do these days? Some people will be out here going viral saying drill is dead, and by that I assume that they also would probably lump in like LA street music. Like, there's a certain ceiling at a certain point. How do you get them into the game, never mind break through that?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Even though I'm a manager, I'm more like a promoter, man. Like, I just, whatever platform I got, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever connection I got, he got it. You know, we just go from there. However it go. No pressure. You know what I'm saying? And no promises. I'm gonna push your shit like it's my shit. I'm gonna play your music like it's mine. I'm gonna post your pictures on my page like it's mine. You gonna know everybody I know, and we're gonna see if we can get out this shit. Ain't nothing promised, but we're gonna try our best. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that we pushing. We're gonna get some money. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna go to bat for you. You got any problems, then my problems. You know what I'm saying? And we just go like that. That's just how I roll with everybody. Whoever I sign, we rocking.
sad.
He's dealt with crazy ass Crip Mac. How would you rate yourself in comparison in terms of like difficulty to deal with? Are you waking up tripping? Are you occasionally making outlandish requests? What's a
Like for like with me and Cuz, like how I'm dealing with him.
I mean, there's all different levels of difficulty that you could get from your clients when it comes to management and whatnot.
Now I'll be out the way, because thank God I've been in the game so long that I really kind of know how to I know how to do all the shit basically that I've been wanting to do. It's just like Cuz give me the extra push, because it's like, what the fuck, I'm finna go book $1,000 venue for, shoot a 3-hour music video, some couple videos, and do all this shit, spend all this money. If it's only gonna reach so many people, I feel some type of way, like I really do. Like, so it's like with my machine behind me and my management and my team, it's like, okay, now everything that I really push and drop, it really make more sense. Like, you feel me?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. So in the rap world, sometimes it feels like it could be difficult to get people's attention when you're a grown man. Yeah. Obviously, like, we've seen the outlandish amount of attention that X4 has gotten over the last couple of months, but at the same time, he's young, he's like skinny, he got the crazy ass face tattoos, he's kind of got that like young jit appearance that, you know, that could take you to a certain degree in rap. It could take you to a certain place. In terms of like marketing yourself and shit, like how thoughtful are you about that?
Really, I'm gonna keep it G. I thought about that too. I feel like me being in the streets, like just really known, I'm known in the streets. Like, everybody really know me. Like, these niggas know the truth. And my section, shout out to 80, shout out to August Boys, OT, niggas know the truth. But you feel me, my section, I got the keys to my section. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm put on for my hood, and they got my fucking back, you feel me? So that shit helped. And just with my hood is a big hood, so that shit pushed through LA. You know, it's with me, it's not really about the age, like, it's the politics. It's what stand behind me, it's what I really stand for. Like, little niggas might have the juice, the action, and all that. And I ain't even speaking on the homie, because that's my homie on the set, X4. But I'm saying, like, a lot of young niggas got that juice, they got that look, but niggas don't really got that stand on business. I got that, because I done been a young nigga. I done had that. I done walk yards. I done did all that. You feel me? Ran dorms, all that type of shit. So that's where I get my promotion from.
How much time you spend locked up?
I did 3 years in the pen. I did years change in the county multiple times. Like, I just bouncing back. But the longest I did was that out of 5 years, but I did 3 off the 5.
Right.
I mean,
so you comfortable in those environments, or is that something that kind of made you clean up your act and made you want to stay away from that shit?
Yeah, Cause I was a disrespectful nigga. I didn't think I had to respect nobody. Like disrespecting my mama, all that shit. She always say, "You gonna mind somebody?" You feel me? I'm like, man, I don't know what you talking about. Then I went to jail and I minded somebody. The fucking Johnnies, nigga. When they tell you to do this and do that, you gonna do it. So that kind of made me feel like pressured up. Like, damn, I couldn't even listen to my mama, but I'm listening to these people. So it kind of made me have some hair on my chest to where when I get my opportunity to hit the streets, you feel me again, then I'm gonna set a different example. I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like that, because to me that was like some Buster shit. Like, you gonna listen to cuz, but you couldn't even listen to your mama. She cared for you. She'd love and kill and die for you. You feel me? Like that type of stuff made me start growing up and start becoming like a, you feel me? Yeah, like that. You know, instead of acting like that all the time. But like, you know, relax, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, I gotta tap in with your music more. Honestly, I feel like the first time I seen him post you, I just watched mad shit on Instagram, and I was definitely impressed. I followed you right away. But yeah, I mean, definitely like what do you guys feel like the path is going forward? Like, how are you rolling him out at this point, or is there a focus on like a project or music videos? Like, what's the goal?
I mean, like I said, we just press and play, man. Whatever it is, we in the studio, we making shit. You know what I'm saying? We shooting videos. We just doing a press run right now. Just getting his name out there. He got a whole bunch of content. He got a whole bunch of catalog. He got a whole bunch of records. He got everything. My main thing right now is get him out there and let him keep working while I'm working the back part. You know what I'm saying? We get him out there. He can keep working. He doing his videos. He keep dropping stuff. And we're gonna see how it take flight.
Like the music is like, I ain't gonna even hold you. Like, I got a lot of music. Like, remember I was telling you I was the nigga that was working on music while niggas was actually working. Right. So that kind of paid off. So now I'm just like on some, like I got albums that I could drop whenever the fuck I want, but it's like, why are you gonna drop them? Who you know? Like, drop this shit on time. You feel me? Like I got Gang Business. I just dropped that. That shit low key go crazy. The one I think you seen. You feel me? Like I'm pushing that right now, and that's just a single. But we talking about these albums. I got the crossover. I got Still Gassing. You feel me? All type of shit. Like when you get a chance, just
I definitely got to dive deeper into it
because it's not all West Coast. My bad, cuts you off.
He really can rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he got the songs. He got the lyrics. He got a street cred, all that stuff. But he really can rap. Like go bar for bar with any of these dudes out here. You know what I'm saying? From east to the west. Like, you know. Like I said, my job right now is just getting really out there, let people see. Once they see him and tap in, they gonna know. Oh yeah.
Let's work, man. Y'all niggas playing. Let's work.
Certain people, you know, don't want, you know, certain people to represent the coast or the city a certain way. You know, but like I said, he can really do it. You know what I'm saying?
What's
really
the
rap.
YCA stand for?
Young California Affiliates.
Okay. Is that like a crew that you've been repping since you were way younger?
Yes, I was a young nigga. Like since I first started this shit, like 07, we got like niggas that didn't got, you know, died from our shit, all that. Like, rest in peace, my nigga Chris, Donnell, you feel me? They didn't really die for this shit, you know? Oh, God.
100%. Where'd the 80 bands come from?
I'm from out the 80s, you feel me?
Okay.
Shout out to the 80s, out the main streets, you feel me? And the bands, shit, I just like money. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, fuck it, I like money.
That's crazy. I never asked him, man. I didn't know that. When he told me that, I'm like, damn, nigga, what you gonna do when you get 100 bands?
I ain't gonna, shit, I'm just gonna have 100 bands.
I didn't put it together like he from the 80s. I didn't think about that.
Me, rep the 80s, you feel me? But that's where that name came from. Okay.
100%. What's the tension between you and Milk?
Milk?
You finally got a white op, huh?
That nigga blocked me.
You know what, man? I really ain't got no, like I say, I'm the rookie of the year in this YouTube world, YouTube streets 2023. You know what I'm saying? I take that crown. What I'm saying to say is that when I first called him out, I said, man, I want to do an interview with you, man. You know, you making videos about me, but you ain't at me. You know, I'm trying to get some subscribers too. So it really ain't nothing. I mean, like I say, but like he a little younger, man. You know, them dudes on that side of town don't really like dudes from this side of town at his age group and all that. So he probably ain't with that. But I'm with the meetup, bro. I'm with the doing the interviews. I don't care what nobody say about me. I'm trying to just grow how I can grow. But like I say, it ain't no beef. If I see him, I'm probably messing with him. Hey man, you was talking shit? What's up?
You give him a noogie or?
Yeah, what's up, man? I'll do something like that. I ain't gonna touch him though.
He's hilarious, bro, because like, you know,
I'm a playful guy, man.
I seen him on Back on Fig. So I'm like, oh, all right. He's back on good terms with those dudes. You fucking with them. That's cool. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. And then a couple weeks later, he got crazy Instagram stories going nuts on Pun and AD. I'm like, how the fuck you think? Like, he's just always does this. Like with me, he did the interview, and then Month later, boom, I'm Adolf Hitler to him. He going crazy on me, talking about me like that. So it's like when I see him doing back on Fig, and then he going nuts on AD and Pun right away, and not just going nuts on him, but saying stuff that's like clearly not true. Like he always say this shit about AD used to be a stripper.
Oh, he's making up shit?
We all know that that's not true. We all know AD is not a stripper or whatever. So it's like, that's a different line. Because if you want to talk shit about shit that really happened, it is what it is.
Right.
But as soon as you start talking about like shit that we know ain't true, it's like, what are you? You're just having so much fun online that you just like saying anything.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I know he do all that. Like I said,
No credibility.
He got a hard time getting along. Because if he was just cool with all them, they could probably like really help him with his career and shit, right?
I thought they was cool. Like I said, I saw him sit down over there.
Yeah.
I said, okay, he cool with them.
I kind of feel like their whole deal is like, T-Roll and them ain't gonna fuck with him if he going crazy on AD and Pun. And I'm sure Milk ain't going over there because he know
How
he
that
gonna.
nigga go viral? Like who is he?
He just been talking shit for a long time. I don't know.
Let's tell that nigga let's box. Let's set up a boxing match.
It's weird because like I genuinely think he's pretty goddamn hilarious.
He's
I'll watch
funny.
his videos from time to time about other people and I think they're fucking funny as shit. I'm
I
like,
heard of him.
If you think about the last 4 years since I interviewed him, I would have done so many things to help his career. I would have helped put him in position mad times. He don't want people to fuck with him. Yeah. Anytime he gets into a position where it seems like people are fucking with him, he just fuck it. I'd rather beef with you.
A lot of people don't like that, man. Me, I'm appreciative.
That sound like some snake shit.
I'm appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative being here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're appreciative being here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listen. My life was so crazy dealing with the illegal activities, risking my life, risking my freedom. Like I said, when I was boxing, I'm running around talking shit. I could talk shit to motherfuckers, and I ain't gonna worry about a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Internet shit, you know, is a little more dangerous. But you know, shit, I'm in the playground, man. You know what I'm saying? Because before, when I was in the streets, you can't do that. So this internet shit, I'm loving this shit, man. I'm just want to just be famous too. You know what I'm saying? So I be just talking shit. The stuff I speak on, it be facts. I don't make up lies on people, but it is for entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
and like I said, I'm older, so I'm not just incriminating myself with things I'm saying. I'm actually calculated. Even though we do a one take, Jake, we don't need a screening. I already know what to say and what not to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna leave like, fuck, I said that on camera. Hey, Adam, can you take that out? I don't know what I was thinking, bro. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Definitely.
I ain't saying nothing.
And yo, we doing a new series out the front of the store. We're gonna have people rapping and like actually doing like these dope videos and stuff. I definitely want to get you in there. I got a sample of one that we filmed with Brick, but we got like Big Sad's gonna do it. A couple other people soon.
Kind of how 106 in Park.
Kind of like that, yeah. Just like, you know, make a song either here in our booth or like record it somewhere else, and then you can just perform it in front of the store, in the store. I'll show you the one with Brick. It's really dope. Like we got a lot of good shit coming with that.
When are you gonna do it?
We're gonna get him on. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Because I feel like he could shine in that environment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. That's a pleasure, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got you.
It's an opportunity. Like I said, I watch your show, bro. On me, I be sitting there watching your show. So this what I'm gonna tell y'all to the people. I swear to God, just keep going at this point. I'm gonna be one of them niggas today. Keep going, because I swear to God, I never thought I'd be right here sitting with two, but before I got smoked at least, like, because I'm in the streets, you feel me? Like, niggas, I done talked to all these niggas, Scott Storrs, Fat Joe, niggas from the East Coast, everybody I done been in they DM, they done been in my shit, fuck with Ralphie, I done talked to him, I done fucked with everybody, and everybody kind of just tell me, like, you know, I'm hard as fuck, keep going, or just like, you know, some shit I know, but, you know, I be waiting on. This the first nigga that actually like, man, you hard as fuck, let's press play. Man, exactly, nigga, let's press play. So, nigga, this is what's happening. It just feel crazy, bro.
It's crazy because this is probably like being born in LA when you really come down to it. If you want to make it as a rapper, being born in LA is probably the best place you could possibly be born on earth. But at the same time, it is so territorial, and everybody's got their own shit going on. Everybody got their own artists. They're already trying to break. That it's tricky to get into a position, even though this might be the best place that you could be born to have a career in music. You know,
you ain't lying. Because if you the way the gang separated, like the Pyros, the Hoovers, neighborhoods. You feel me? You know, Compton niggas and shit like that. You feel me? Like, but you know, but it ain't the main streets ain't really had no noise since Dale Dog, you feel me, was fucking with Snoop and the East Siders and all that type of stuff. And once that was over with, like, we ain't had nothing rolling, like, nothing going. Like, you see, everybody had rappers in their neighborhood, like, so this shit is real huge for the East Side. Nigga G Perico from Broadway, you feel me? That nigga Sad from Playboys, like, it's shit like that didn't happen. Like, damn, cuz the Playboys got a rapper. Like, that's crazy. Like, because you feel me? Like, they wasn't like no big hood like that to us growing up and shit like that. So for them to be shining with a rapper, it's like, cuz, what's up with the homies? We need some. So we shout you out on me because you put a nigga on this stage as well as this nigga 600 on me, and we gonna put the set on.
No, it's my pleasure for sure. I just want to help. I appreciate you guys coming in.
No, we ain't done.
Oh, we got more. Okay.
Not too long ago, Big U was kind of like, you know, seeing his, he was seeing his name, you know what I'm saying, not really doing too good in the world, right? He wanna call people I know and say, oh man, he think you this, he won't get in the gloves with me. I'm like, bro, he told you that? Like, yeah, using the phone, right? Yeah, 3, 4 people on the phone, like I took about 3 on the phone. So you say I won't get in the gloves with you. I got 50 bands, homie.
Oh.
We can get in the gloves. We can get in the gloves. You say I won't get in the gloves with you, we can get in the gloves. I'ma badge you. Winner take all. You bring your 50, I bring my 50. However you want to do it. And this ain't no bully type call out shit. You told me I won't get in the gloves with you. That's what he told me. That's what he told them about me. So this ain't no made up shit, me trying to bully him. I'm gonna call your bluff. What's up? When we doing it? I got my 50 right here.
I mean, shit. Does when's the last time Big U boxed somebody? Is he into
I
that
don't
sort
know.
of shit?
He talking tough like I won't do it. This is what I'm saying. He's talking, saying this stuff. I'm not saying picking on somebody who don't box no more. I'm not picking on nobody, nothing. This is what he said, so we gonna call your bluff. Yeah, I didn't say that. He made that up.
Well, shit. You're communicating a message. I'm sure we'll find out what the answer is soon.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let me check this out. I've never seen this much before in real life. Damn. I can see why the rappers do this. Yeah. That feels
Shit
good.
make you feel important.
Feel better than a real phone for sure. All right. Well, it was great having you guys on there. 80 bands. We're gonna definitely do some content in the future.
Good looking, bro.
Lovejoy, it was great getting a little bit more information about what makes this guy tick. You're definitely a welcome participant in this LA hip hop soap opera.
Yeah, they love me, man. They love me, man.
Man, hey, look, I can do my shout outs real fast. You
Hit
know,
'em
I
with
promise,
it.
my nigga, man. Hey, man, this that build a break. You feel me? My boy Lean, he made this. You feel me? Y'all cop that shit. That's my boy. I promise you.
Okay.
Hey, shout out my mama. You know I love my mama, man. Shout out Stack, man. Shout out all the homies, man. Y'all know Spiff. I told you I'm gonna shout you out up on here. You feel me? And you know what's crazy? A real nigga. Look, I'm a real nigga. Niggas wouldn't do this, but the city of Lancaster has really pushed me and
Really?
helped my career. So what I'm gonna do right now, even though y'all be hating low key, shout y'all out, cause on me, y'all helped me and y'all helped my career out a lot. Like, you feel me? A lot of the DJs out there fuck with me, a lot of the promoters. So I'm gonna shout y'all out too on me. Niggas know what's up, man. I appreciate you. Shout out Adam, no jumper, nigga.
Appreciate it, man. Shout out to Lancaster. Hit the like button if you're from Lancaster
Me.
or anywhere else.
They be cracking out there.
Appreciate you guys for real. Much love. Thanks for coming on. Let's do it again sometime.
It's good. Let me know.
Let's go. 600.
I'm be in Miami, so you gotta let me know. I'll book my flight.
Okay.
Back training.
I'll be out here.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys. No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Bring new money. Who this?